Hello dear friends, so I go in my presentation of pillars. This video is about the second pillar, the pillar of the rise of the feminine energy and the end of violence and oppression against women. Just before beginning, I would like to talk about one thing I forget about the first pillar, the pillar of fraternity. The human fraternity should and must manifest with economical fraternity. That means that the rich people and rich countries should help to the economical development of the poor one. There's so much richness, so much wisdom and intelligence, and I think if we stop this egoism and this economical fight and wars, the world can easily, maybe not easily, but with some great work, become more happy for everyone. So this, so let's begin about these pillars. This is a very important one because everybody can see that we live in a very violent time for everybody, both man and woman, but it is much more violent and difficult for a woman because of what we call patriarchy. Patriarchy means that some men think they are higher or better than women. We can find that in every country, every culture, and most of the spiritual tradition, they mix with this cultural patriarchy, and they become also quite oppressive and violent against women. For example, I studied Tibetan Buddhism for 20 years, and Tibetan clergy is the worst misogynic patriarchal clergy in the world, I think. In Tibetan language, you have two words to speak about a woman. One means lower reincarnation. I think that it's a Tibetan invention. It comes from nowhere, certainly not from the teachings of Buddha or Padmasambhava. And the second one, word for woman, it's a word like without sex, without phallus. So the women are the being who have not the phallus. So from the Tibetan point of view, they are lower than men. So I don't know where and does it come from and when it begins, really. I let the specialist of history, of spirituality comment that, but there's nothing in the teaching of a Buddha or Padmasambhava who could create or give birth to such a shameful discrimination. If we want to go to the harmonious world, even Awaken Society or even on Earth, I'm sure that it's not possible in a system or men are higher, thinks they are higher than women. So one of absolute condition, it's the end of this oppression, patriarchy, of all this violence against women. So we should see ourselves as perfectly equal. Equal does not mean we are the same. Of course, women and men, we are different, but even between men we are quite different. But we can say that there's a masculine energy and feminine energy, and the masculine energy is certainly not higher or better or more powerful than the feminine energy. And there's one word of Padmasambhava you can find in the life of Jeshe Tsogyal in the Padmakara edition. He say when he's talking about with Jeshe Tsogyal, his main consort, and actually Jeshe Tsogyal is the spiritual heir of Padmasambhava. It's something unique in the spiritual history. So this young woman, who was a princess of Queen of Tibet, she was taught by Padmasambhava. She became the student of Padmasambhava, and she became the main student of Padmasambhava. And he taught her, and she became, by practice and study, she became a female Buddha. And the spiritual heir of Padmasambhava is this young woman, great woman. So it is a strange thing that the Tibetan clergy became so misogynic and violent against women. It's a contradiction with the beginning of history of Buddhism in Tibet, and I guess it's because of some political how can I say political reasons. In I think the 10th or 11th century, the lineage of the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama at the beginning was just a Lama who was chosen by a Mongol king to unify Tibet and to rule Tibet in its name. And after that, the lineage of the Lama begins to be the ruler of Tibet. At the beginning, it was political, just a political ruler of Tibet, and because of he was also Lama, he was also a spiritual and at the same time political leader of Tibet. Actually, it's also a contradiction, because Jeshe Tsogyal at the end of her life, she promised to manifest 5 main emanations and 25 lower emanations to protect Tibetan people and Tibetan Buddhism. So she's from my point of view the legitimate spiritual leader. She should have been the spiritual leader for Tibet and Tibetan Buddhism and Tibetan people, but for historical and political reasons it was Dalai Lama. So I will do a video about the Dalai Lama. I would not develop that so much. So there's some point I would like to speak about this rise of feminine energy. We see that for maybe 10 or 20 years, this feminism is developing in an important way in the world, and it's a very good thing. There's many feminist women now, feminist movement, and they fight for equality and justice, and and of course it's a very good thing for humanity. They fight for against the end of all this violence they have to face every day. They have all my support, of course. I would like to say that also I was beginning to feel maybe 1 year ago or two years ago a great feminine Buddha energy in Ukraine. I look at it, I feel it's feminine Buddha energy come from around Kiev. I think that and this feminine Buddha journey is actually spreading all the world, and it is meaningful that the feminist feminine movement began in Ukraine. I think that it is very linked to this feminine Buddha energies who are spreading all the world. There's something who has been unblocked, and this energy is spreading, and it is great. I can really feel this feminine Buddha energy. It's a very soft energy, very linked also to it's a very peaceful and spaceful energy. We can compare it to the energy of Buddha Shakyamuni. The energy of Buddha Shakyamuni is very linked to peace also. It's a peaceful, very peaceful energy. Very linked also to space, very spaceful energy. Also a luminous energy. But the feminine Buddha energy shine very softly, and the energy of Buddha Shakyamuni is more a great shining golden ray energy. It's and also the energy of this masculine Buddha energy. It's very grounded and very linked to non-violence. Also I can say that I can feel also a great feminine energy also in Saudi Arabia. This energy, feminine energy, is quite different from the feminine energy Buddha in Ukraine. It's more royal, holy energy. I think that in the past in Saudi Arabia there has been a kind of holy queen. I'm not specialist of the history of this area, but I think it's quite old. It's maybe more than 2,000 years old. Same thing for the feminine Buddha energy. I think there has been in Ukraine human, real feminine Buddha. I think it's more than 2,000 years old. But I look for and I find nothing about this some great holy woman who manifest in all time. So there's many possibilities. It's possible that she teach only in oral tradition, so there's no text, or maybe there have been texts who have been deleted by history when Christianism was spreading in the Eastern Europe. So I don't know. We can say that for spirituality and also in political history, most of the great women have been deleted or put aside by the people who write it, because the history is written by rulers, by government, and they choose what they will talk about, and they choose what they would like to forget. So there's many women, great women in spirituality and in political way who have been simply deleted from history. So maybe and now we are discovering some of them. So maybe we'll discover finally who was this great female Buddha in Ukraine. Who knows? So to go back to this feminine energy in Saudi Arabia, is quite powerful royal energy. It's quite impressive energy. It's quite different. It's very linked to a royal thing. So this is why I said that I think it was a Holy Queen, linked to a Holy Queen, and this feminine royal energy is actually spreading in Saudi Arabia. And guess what? There's a feminine movement in Saudi Arabia, in this very patriarchal society. And my prediction is that the next political leader in Saudi Arabia will be a woman. Actually, normally it's meant to be Mohammed bin Salman, but I think he will not lead in the future Saudi Arabia. And I really think there will be a lineage of queen in this country, in this very patriarchal and machist country. So we'll see if I'm right in the future. So I would like to ask every woman and man who are watching this video to respect each other in a perfect, equal way. There's no higher masculine or feminine energy. We are different, and we are great as man or woman, and we should respect each other and communicate in a perfect, equal level. So I think that's it. I would like to thank you for your attention. And you've what you see just behind me, and it's a painting from American Buddhist woman in America. It's a white tower. So I would like to dedicate this video to all the women in the world, and also I pay homage to this great female Buddha tower. Thank you for your attention, and see you for the next video. The third pillar will be, this one is also very important, the pillar of sense of humor. So just before ending this video, I would like to talk about something. It's okay. So see you for the next one and take care. Bye. So now I remember what I want to talk about. I forget one thing. It was the place I was born actually. I was born in the north of Turkey in a little village named Kesikaya. And just a few kilometers there's a city. The name of the city is Terme. And according some legend and some Greek historian, the city was created 2000 years ago by warrior Amazon. And so I will put a link in the comment about that. So the place I was born is very linked to, it seems to be linked to feminine warrior energy. And there's the city of Amasya. It's 200 kilometers from my village in the southwest. It was, according to some historian, it was for the time the capital of warrior Amazon. So I will put also that link in the comment. So it seems that the area I was born, the north of Turkey, the region of Samsun, there has been warrior Amazon, and I will work and I will do whenever it's possible to make an end to this violence and oppression against about violence against women. And according also some the Muslim prophecy in the time of Al-Mahdi, the woman will be in a safe world for them. They can it is said that they can travel alone from one place, one city to another without being without worrying or being harassed or being troubled by men. So I will do my best for, and I ask everybody to work for that. And I would like to say something, I forget. Yes, yeah. Now I remember. And so the city of Amasya was the capital of Amazon, and according to some Greek historian, they said that they have been defeated by the Roman army. So they have to leave this area, and some historian thinks that they take a boat to Black Sea, and some of these warrior Amazon, they leave to Ukraine. So that's very interesting. There's a connection, spiritual and political connection between the north of Turkey and Ukraine, because some of them live for Ukraine, and it is said that some of these women, they create some warrior Amazon village, and some of them mix with the population. Some of them decided to live with man in a village or city. And I forget one thing also very interesting, is that in this area of Ukraine, where this feminine Buddha energy, And I can feel also that most of Slavic women, more Slavic women in Ukraine, Russia, and Belarusia, I think also, they, in all of these Slavic women, there's a connection to this female Buddha energy. So I think this feminine Buddha energy was spreading in a local way in this area. So all these women in this area are blessed with this energy, and I can tell you that I can feel that. I met some Ukrainian and Russian women, and really there's you can feel this. You can feel this special energy, because the energy of this female Buddha energy is a special one. You can there's a structure of energy, and you can feel it's like a form. It has a definite une forme définie in French. So I'll go maybe with summer in Ukraine, and I would like to feel the energy. I will go to Kiev, and I would like to maybe find the spot energy of its feminine Buddha energy. So anyway, we are in a blessed time, in a difficult time, of course, but things are becoming better for women, hopefully, but we have to be aware that there's a lot of work to be done. This poison of patriarchy and machismo is quite rooted in most of country in all the world. So I ask every man and woman to work for that, and to be aware that it's one of the conditions for if we want to go to the harmonious world. So thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye.